You have prayed this prayer 1,000 times. Almost no one prays it the way Jesus said. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The whole world knows these words. Jesus did not give it as a script. He gave it as a pattern to learn. Here is what Jesus actually said, and why you have prayed it wrong. Matthew 6, Luke 11, 2 settings, 1 pattern, 6 petitions, every word matters. Before the prayer, Jesus warns, do not heap up empty phrases as the pagans do. Basileia, a Greek word for babbling, stacking words, hoping volume earns answers. Then Jesus hands us the most repeated prayer in religious history. Jesus said, after this manner pray not these words, after this pattern. The Lord's Prayer is a skeleton, a template for every prayer you will ever pray. It begins with 2 words that shocked any first-century Jew, our Father. The Aramaic behind Father is Abba, the word a child uses for a parent. Not God Almighty, not sovereign of the universe, Abba, the warmest word in the language. Notice it is O-U-R Father, not my. The first word puts you in a family. Who art in heaven, intimacy with the Father and reverence for the one above all. Most prayer drifts to one extreme, too casual or too distant. Jesus holds both. Hallowed be thy name, the Greek hagiazo, to set apart, to make holy. Behind hagiazo sits the Hebrew kadosh, holy, other, sacred, different from everything else. You do not make God holy, he already is. You ask that his name be recognized. Every Jewish child recited the Shema, hear, O Israel, the Lord is one. Petition 1 echoes it. Petition 1 is about God, not about you, about his name being seen on earth. The prayer has 6 petitions, 3 about God, 3 about us, always in that order. Thy kingdom come, the Greek Basileia, not a place, a reign, a rule. Most pray it as take me to heaven. Jesus said the opposite. On earth as in heaven, you are asking heaven to invade earth, right now. Both now and not yet. The kingdom is already breaking in. Pray for both. Jesus prayed this line in Gethsemane the night he was arrested. Same surrender. The Lord's Prayer hides a Gethsemane in the middle. You kneel where Jesus knelt. Give us this day our daily bread. The word daily is the strangest in the New Testament. Epiousios, a word that appears nowhere else in ancient literature, argued for 2,000 years. It can mean daily, or needed for life, or for tomorrow, all 3 in one word. The closest parallel, manna in Exodus 16, given each morning, could not be stored. Jesus asks for today's bread, not tomorrow's. Trust him every morning for life. Forgive us our debts, not trespasses, not sins, debts, Opheilemata, things owed. Jesus chose the language of debt, unpaid bills, sin as a crushing debt. Then comes the most dangerous line in the prayer, as we forgive our debtors. Not because, not after, as, in the same breath as God's forgiveness of you. Matthew 18, the servant whose massive debt was forgiven, who refused to forgive a tiny one. Right after the prayer, if you do not forgive others, your Father will not forgive you. This is the heaviest petition. Almost everyone races past it. Slow down. That line is the test. Lead us not into temptation. The Greek Peirasmos, not just temptation, testing. James says God tempts no one. So why does Jesus teach us to ask him? Peirasmos also meant the great testing of the end. You ask, Father, spare me. Deliver us from the evil one, not abstract evil, a person, a force, an enemy. The prayer ends in a battle, an enemy you cannot see. The Father asked to step in. 6 petitions, 3 skyward name, kingdom will, 3 earthward bread, forgiveness, deliverance. The prayer has no me, not once. Every petition is plural, our, us, we. You cannot pray it alone, even when alone. You pray with the global church, with Jesus. The ending, "Thine is the kingdom and the glory," was added later, but it is good theology. The prayer begins with God's name and ends with God's glory, bracketed by His worth. Here is how to pray it the way Jesus said, not a recital, a frame. Take one line, stop, expand it, name 3 people, name 3 ways God showed up. Turn each petition into living water. Name your real need. Name the person you have not forgiven. Do it daily. The early church prayed it 3 times a day, morning, midday, evening. Of all the prayers Jesus could have taught, He chose this one frame for a life. He lived every line: bread in the wilderness, surrender in the garden, forgiveness from the cross. When you pray these words, Jesus prays them with you. A prayer He never stopped. Tonight before you sleep, pray it slowly. One line, stop, breathe, then the next. If this changed how you see this prayer, subscribe. We go deeper every week. Watch this next. A Greek word in John 14 reframes what Jesus meant by peace.